Hello, everybody, and welcome to FILTERLESS, the podcast where we talk about whatever we want to talk about, however we want to talk about it. I'm your new and definitely permanent host, Toastr, and I'm joined by my two guests, Ace and Kat. How are you guys doing?
I feel pretty fucking great until I heard I got demoted and lost my job.
Well, that happens sometimes, you know.
I mean, I was doing pretty good until I remembered we're not recording Deep Rock tonight.
Yeah, I'm still kind of upset about that, I'm not going to lie. That's
You're in charge. We could change the schedule.
No.
No.
We're doing this
we gotta do a
podcast, and you're going to cry about it.
We have to do a podcast. Okay, Mr. Host.
As you say, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry for your doubting your authority, sir.
This guy. All right, so on a serious note, how was you guys' day?
It was all right.
Mine was decent. I found out I'm going to have to change my schedule around a bit and my days off out of necessity. But aside from that, yeah, just a normal day.
Kat?
Is I was all right. Slept until I had to go to work, then realized I didn't want to be at work.
That's every day.
I think that's the average American experience, if I'm being honest. Yeah.
Yo, someone was fucking honking at me because I wouldn't turn into a lane I couldn't turn into.
Huh.
So I went to the gas station on my break to get snacks because I was hungry. So I bought a giant bag of puffy Cheetos because those are superior. And I went to go turn, and I needed to go left. But I couldn't go left without going right, but going all the way to the third lane and doing a U-turn. And there was like 4 cars behind me trying to get out of the Cumberland Farms. And they kept honking at me. So I honked back and then stayed there because I couldn't go because cars kept coming. I couldn't go to the third lane if I was blocked off by the third lane. It was great.
Yeah, I had a stupid driver situation today as well. Not from me, but I was sitting at a light, and you know there's some lights that have a very specific sign that says left turn yield on green.
Yeah.
I was turning left because I wanted some food, and that's where I had to go. And there's a guy sitting on the other side of the road who's going straight. But he's not going straight, and the light's green. And I see in his windshield, he does like the little thing that these people do like around here where they like motion for you to go forwards. And I'm looking at him motion me forwards, and I'm looking up at the sign that says yield when turning left. And I'm like, this guy can't see me moving my hands at him because I'm so freaking skinny. But eventually he went. But we sat there for like 3 minutes almost, it felt like, because he would not go. And then I saw he was an old man, and it all made sense.
He was just being nice.
I saw an old man fall today, and I walked past him.
I would have laughed. I'm glad you were in that situation and not me.
See, if I were to say I saw an old man fall today and I just walked away, it'd mean something a little different because I work in a retirement home and I'm supposed to tell someone about that.
Cat's way of quitting.
He just doesn't report anything that happens all day. He sees like 4 people have a stroke. He just goes, it'll buff out.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah,
hey,
you're not sounding. You guys are not sounding too pleased with the newfound authority that does authority much better than you do.
You know, it was a hostile takeover, and you took all of Cat's shares, and then I got booted out of the company. So, yeah.
Look, I didn't even think you were making any money. So, you know, now I get money, so I won't complain about that. But yeah, I still think I do this whole hosting thing better than either of you guys do, and that.
Listen, we've been off topic.
I'm in the middle of a sentence. You shut up. That is a hill I'm willing to die on right there, is the fact that I'm better than all of you. Which also brings in our new topic for today, is hills you're willing to die on.
Before we get started on the topic, boss, you mind if I plug our socials?
Go for it.
So we've been doing this for a little bit now, and it's always at the end, but I figured I'd bring it to the forefront real quick here, that you can actually send us topics for the show at filterlesstopics@gmail.com. That's all I want to say. We will read them, and they will most likely end up an episode. So do that. The floor is yours.
Cool. Well, that's all the floor I had. because that's about the end of my hostile takeover. I saw
alright,
here.
You guys ready for
housekeeping?
You guys ready for a disturbing fun fact?
Yeah, what you got?
Did you know that the Disney ride Pirates of the Caribbean, which the movies were made off of, used to have real human skeletons
Yep.
in the ride?
Fucking wild.
I did not know that.
Fucking wild.
You didn't know that?
Real human skeletons.
It's actually crazy. I think I might have actually been cast as one of those skeletons, if I'm being honest.
And then they'd realize I was still alive, and they're like, yeah, you won't do.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck. He's
well,
breathing
no.
too much.
Well, no, the thing was, I looked
breathing.
the part, which was kind of like what got me in, and they said just like as long as you're not like moving around too much, nobody's gonna be able to tell.
As long as you're not, alive.
But
Yeah,
then He's a Pirate started playing, and I had to jig.
Definitely. I did do a really funny
Anyways.
thing because there was one day when they put like, what's his name? I forgot his name. What's the pirate? Jack Sparrow.
Jack Sparrow?
God damn. What's his real name?
Who's
Johnny
the
Depp.
main character?
Johnny Depp, bro.
Oh, you wanted the actor.
I wanted his name. When they put Johnny
Johnny-
Depp up there, I was goofing with him so much because he didn't know I was alive. I got that guy.
Jonathan Deep. Anyways, let's get back on the topic. Today's topic announcement. I did not mean to say that. Today's topic is hills we would die on. So this is different than hot takes.
We
this
promise.
One won't get us
We
canceled.
promise it's different than hot takes.
It's hot takes that people can't argue
This is
with.
Exactly.
it's hot takes that it's like either everyone agrees with or nobody agrees with. So, Toastr, I nominate you to go first because you are convinced you do podcasting better than us.
Oh, absolutely, I do. My first hill to die upon, or hill to perish upon, if you will, is juice monsters are better than the regular monsters.
Here's what I have to say to that. Go fuck yourself.
Here's
Hey,
what I
that's my
have to
line.
say to that. Okay.
Okay.
Gladly.
Gladly. I'll use the can.
The can.
What do you mean by juice monsters?
Juice. Okay,
And
so
what do you mean by
I am a man with a
What do you mean by
crippling
regular?
caffeine addiction. Juice
As most are.
monsters are so you've got like the regular monsters that's like the original flavor, and then you have the sugar-free monsters, which are the ones that have the cooler looking cans. Then there's Java monsters, which
Oh.
are like coffee. Juice monsters are the ones that have like extra juice in them. They're
ones
like
in the-
loaded with vitamins.
like the Gatorade bottle ones?
No,
No.
That's
They're-
Monster Water, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're thinking of something else.
they're in like monster cans. They've got like the really cool art on them.
Oh, like the mango ones.
Yeah, like
and
there's one that's like Dia de los Muertos, and there's a pirate themed one. There's butterflies on one of them, stuff like that.
Is Monster your preferred energy drink of choice?
If I need an energy drink like to actually have as an energy drink for its purpose, no.
Mm-hmm.
But I drink a lot of monsters for like the flavor. I drink them like sodas.
Okay, so it's the best tasting to you.
It's the best tasting. I'll get if I need like something to actually do its job, I'll get like Reigns or something like that. But they also 90% of the time taste like crap, so I don't get
Yeah.
them that often.
See, I do not.
that's like
Okay.
5-hour energies. It does something. It hurts my heart, like because I'm depressed,
Oh,
but it does something.
Oh yeah, I've kicked caffeine now, started basically a week ago. But when I worked overnights, I used to mix Red Bull and 5-hour energies.
I used to mix death with death.
Yeah, I'm
Death
lucky
squared.
to be alive.
Death squared.
I
is
mean,
like
we
math, it
heard-
cancels out.
We've heard about Cat's caffeine diet, so I'm not one to talk.
Yeah. Well,
So
I
I feel
also
like I don't know enough about Monster to disagree with you because I like the regular and I like the coffee, so I'm sure I'd like the juice ones.
look in.
I think there's only been one monster that I haven't liked. They all taste pretty good.
Which one was it you didn't like?
Yeah.
The green coffee one.
The
There's a
the
green
Irish
coffee?
the Irish blend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a Java monster that's green and it really sticks out, but you don't find it everywhere. It's called Irish blend. It's got like shamrocks on it, and that's why it is green.
I like the vanilla one.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It's really not the
taste
best.
real good.
Gee whiz.
I don't drink Monsters anymore, because I buy Dubby and G Subs.
This guy is sponsored.
So I'm sponsored by Dubby, but I drink G Subs because it's good. Not saying Dubby's bad. Dubby is good. It's just I've been buying G Subs longer, and I'm trying to get them to make a Dew shaker cup. So I buy G Subs over Dubby because I can use Dew's code.
See, and that's everyone. That's how Cat lost his W sponsorship.
No, Dubby is a phenomenal drink. Highly recommend it. That's coming from me, not from Dr. Catatonic, who's sponsored by them. They're really good.
Yeah, no.
I
This
think,
outline
Ace, you've
here
tried
says
some, right?
this outline here says we were supposed to do a sponsorship bit for W, but now thanks to Cat, we don't actually have that anymore. So congratulations. There's another reason I'm better at hosting than you are.
In all seriousness, though, Ace, you've had Dubby, right? It's pretty damn good.
It is pretty damn good. I'm not going to say which one I usually drink to avoid problems.
Don't want to lose the sponsor twice.
I haven't even gotten started on my sponsorship with them, so I don't want to start shit with them.
I'm not shitting on them. They're phenomenal. I just want the Dew shaker cup. Once that comes out, I'll go back to buying Dubby.
Fair enough.
Understandable.
My favorite one from Dubby is called Galaxy Grenade, and it's like guava lemonade or something like that.
That
And
sounds good.
it's guava fruit punch. That's what it is. It's pretty good.
So what is your favorite
That one's
flavor
good.
of Monster, Toaster?
Favorite flavor of Monster.
Or color, if you
they're-
just want to tell us the color of the can.
Favorite color, bro. All right, so I could give you my favorite total flavor, or I could give you my favorite flavor of each section, like each different. I don't want to call it denomination of monsters because that sounds kind of sacrilegious, but that's basically what it is.
Monster consumption is a religion. Okay.
Yeah, I could. That's a hill
We
that
know
you're
we're- we
willing to
know
die
we're-
upon that a lot of other people would be as well.
On this podcast, we have unearthed what Toaster's religion is. It's Monster.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, sure.
something like that.
Okay, so yeah, just give us each selection, which one you
So
like
each
best of
selection,
those.
I'll do like
Yeah.
the ones that are most recognizable because there's a lot of like hole in the wall flavors and stuff. But so we'll go through because there's only like there's the one original flavor and then everything else splits off from that one, and the original flavor, in my opinion, sucks.
Motherfucker is pulling out a spreadsheet.
Dude, I have monster lore. You have
Holy
no
shit.
idea. I'm kidding. I don't actually have a sheet, but I might write one. Anyway, so so you've got the rehab monsters, you've got the zero sugar monsters, you've got the Java monsters, and you've got the juice monsters, which is the whole point of this hill. The juice monsters, my favorite flavor in those is the freaking what's it called? It's in Spanish and I don't remember. It's like mango loco or something like that.
Ooh, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the
That one's good.
Day of the Dead
do
one.
like
It's
that
like
one,
blue
actually,
and
yeah.
orange.
Yeah,
That one-
I've had that
Yeah,
one.
the mango.
The only drawback I have with that one is it's got like a little bit of mango pulp in it, which I'm not complaining about.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Most of them do. Or the people around here just
Interesting.
make the ones here like crap. Either way. That one's my favorite in that category. And then Java Monsters, because I'm also a big coffee guy. My favorite one in there is the Mean Bean, which I've had a couple of people tell me they're not like a big fan of.
That's like the OG
That's just
one,
the
right?
basic one.
Yeah,
Just
I
like the
think that's
regular
like-
one.
I'm pretty sure that's one of like the originals for
'Cause I liked the vanilla.
that is the
vanilla
original
latte.
coffee one.
yeah. That
Me
one.
personally, the only monster I would consistently buy is the coffee ones, and it was the caramel one.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nice.
the salted caramel was okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of that one. That one and Irish blend are kind of low for me.
Yeah.
Then you have
It wasn't the Irish blend. I remember. I liked the Irish blend. It was the Swiss one. It's like a hot chocolate coffee flavor, and that was not good.
I don't think they make that one anymore.
They make it. I see it all the time.
Well, they don't make it up here. Where was
Yeah,
I?
not-
So
one's
we
not too
did Juice Monsters, Java Monsters, Rehab Monsters. Those are like basically
Teas, right?
it's kind of like Powerade of Monster.
Oh, okay. I always thought it was just tea.
I mean, one of them is tea, which is my favorite one, is the peach tea. But
That's a
then
good
you
one.
also have like, I think actually they might all be tea. I don't remember. But there's like
I think they're all tea.
Yeah, there's strawberry lemonade, and then there's like regular lemonade, and like all sorts of that fun stuff. Then for zero sugar Monsters, personally they all taste like 50% the same, but I like I guess they're all called like ultra whatever. I like ultra purple, which is like grape flavored.
Oh shit! I recently had that one before I quit the caffeine thing.
Yeah, it's good. Overall favorite is
You're
still
not
gonna
drinking-
be the Day of the Dead juice Monster though.
All right, I think this is a hill I could die on too. Honestly, that's because that one's
Me
really
personally-
fucking good.
Me personally, I do like the mango one a lot. I'm not going to say it's not good. But I think Monster's not great. I don't really like Monster as much because, like I said...
Bro likes Rockstar.
Ew. Yeah.
He likes
You're
that
fired.
He doesn't like that one any better than he likes Monster, dude.
Apparently not.
Rockstar makes me want to shoot myself.
Okay.
Rockstar is awful. And no, I'm not ruining a future sponsorship. Just like Hardee's, I don't want to be sponsored by Rockstar. I only want to be sponsored by stuff I like.
Yeah.
That being said, Arizona Tea, give money.
Is for me?
I don't even want money. Just give me a lifetime supply.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest. I don't want money from you, Arizona. I want just like a 12-pack at my doorstep every month.
He just
Bribe
wants the
us.
drinks. I think that's called an Amazon subscription. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, but I don't have to pay for it if I'm sponsored.
Fair.
That's true. You have a good point there.
Anyways, my turn to present you guys with a hill to perish upon. Cartoons are not just for kids. I think
I agree.
that with what I'm about to say will make it sound like I'm not dying on this hill, but the recent cartoons that are directed towards kids, I'm not saying watch those. The older cartoons
Yes,
that were
I'm a
directed
30-year-old
towards kids-
man and I watch Bluey on the daily.
I knew Bluey would come up. I knew it. Like-
Bluey's actually hilarious.
It is actually really funny.
I refuse.
Like Bluey, I'm gonna start sending you like Bluey out of context clips because, like
Fuck
I
you.
said in episode 5, it's actually real. No, they say things that are like, wait, you're allowed to say that in a kid show?
What's your favorite
Wait a minute.
food? Children.
Why did that sound like
Um,
that other thing? Oh, what is that? Don't hug me, I'm scared.
But so cartoons are not meant for kids.
Example.
Exclusively for kids. Example: Invincible.
Yep.
It is perfectly okay that Invincible was a cartoon. In fact, I think Invincible would have suffered if it was live action.
I don't think you can
Because
get
there's
like,
a lot of
gore
things
like that in a live action.
Yeah, I don't think you
movie.
could show kids that.
That's what I'm saying. Well, it's not that you could show kids. If that was to be live action, the show would have suffered. Like, yes, you can get gory and like live action shows, but that would have suffered because there's so much gore in that show
Mm-hmm.
that if it was live action, it wouldn't have looked good.
Yeah.
So what's an
But
example
just because
you would say of a show that is made for kids that adults also enjoy? Like maybe made for teenagers, but adults also watch and enjoy it and keep track of it.
I have something that I can put in about that one.
I got
Okay.
one. So
For like nostalgia factor, I think really any cartoon can be enjoyed by about everybody.
I agree.
Because like freaking what's it?
I actually got a
I'll go back and
list.
watch Curious George all the time because that's what I used to watch when I was like really little.
example, I got a list. Max Steel.
I like
That
that
one
one.
was phenomenal. That's phenomenal. The movie that they made fucking sucked balls, but it was a good show. Watch
Never
the hell
saw the
out of that
movie.
show.
I haven't thought about that one in a while.
Any of the Transformers kids shows, like Transformers Robots in Disguise, phenomenal. There was another one that was pretty damn good. That was a cartoon. I forget what it's called.
What about the old X-Men cartoons and like Scooby-Doo and all that?
Ooh,
Oh yeah, the old X-Men cartoon, the one that one was. I watched that recently. Like, I stopped watching shows more recently, so when I say recently, that's like a year ago. But I rewatched it, and it's just as good as the first time I watched it when I was like 10.
Yeah, I started rewatching it because they have it on Disney Plus, which was really cool.
Yeah, that's also why I started rewatching. I started rewatching it with my brother. The Ultimate Spider-Man. That one was phenomenal.
Ultimate
That one
Spider-Man.
was really it's a Disney DX show, and it was phenomenal. Every single episode was great. The one where he's in
freaking Across the Spider-Verse. There, you see him for a second.
That's Spectacular Spider-Man.
No, he's the Ultimate Spider-Man's in there.
There's Ultimate Spider-Man as well.
Oh, he's in that too?
Yes.
Okay.
If there is a Spider-Man show you've seen, he's probably in Across the Spider-Verse.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, my mind goes
another good example
to shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're old.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm sorry. No, but or like Puss in Boots. That movie was made, and it's a kids movie. It's not PG-13, but it's a damn good kids movie. That movie, the new one I'm talking about, even the first one was pretty damn good.
That one.
The new one was so fucking good. People watched it as they're like, oh, this movie's gonna suck, and then they watched it and like, holy shit.
Yeah,
and I think the
it
reason
had been,
why that movie
gone
had
forever, and then it just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the reason why that movie had as much of a wow factor as it did is because there was no expectations for it. Then again, DreamWorks does a damn good job with their villains.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
Holy shit. Another example
That was
of
a spooky looking
good
dog, I'll tell you
cartoons. Or another good example of good cartoons. All of the How to Train Your Dragon stuff. All 3 movies, all of the shows. Race to the Edge was a phenomenal fucking
Dude, I
cartoon
love
show.
Race to the Edge. Like, that's when you say like How to Train Your Dragon, that's what I think of. Like, I don't really think of the movies all that much, but that show was insane.
Yeah, I haven't watched them in a while, but they do leave a pleasant memory behind.
Yeah.
I've rewatched Race to the Edge 5 times.
And
It's good every single time. Then again, I'm also a massive How to Train Your Dragon fan, so that doesn't really say too much.
I feel like most anime also fall into this category where people assume you need to be younger to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you watch Chainsaw Man, and you're like, your 13-year-old is watching this? No, I'm watching
that
this.
guy's whole life goal is to touch boobs. Like,
and then he touched them, and they're like, this is fucking boring.
he's like,
Show
this
over.
sucks.
Yeah, I think about like Chainsaw Man or one of the horror themed animes like Elfen Lied or God, I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. Whatever, or Another, things like that. There's stuff like made by animators for adults and that kids and teens can also enjoy, and then it's vice versa as well.
Like I kind of touching on what I said about Invincible suffering if it was live action. You have a lot more freedom when you're animating something, because as someone who's trying to plan out choreography for my like lore videos and trying to come up with these scenes, all of these scenes I'm coming up with would be like, oh, that would be so much easier if it was CGI.
Yeah.
Like, I want my character to do this, but I can't do this.
No, thinking like
Because
Spider-Verse.
no human is able to do this. Or Spider-Verse. Also, that's phenomenal. And it's a cartoon.
I really liked when I first saw the first like Spider-Verse movie. I liked it a lot because like it's new Spider-Man characters, which honestly, as far as superheroes goes, we don't need more variations of Spider-Man of all people, because there's already 3 separate actors playing the role in live-action movies, and now you've got like 4 animated series and like animated movies. Yeah. But I thought like
Peter
the style,
Parker's
the comic
Spider-Man.
book looking style was insane. Like that was really cool to me.
Yeah, it's the art style that grabs you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the story gets you later on.
What's even cooler, Toastr, did you watch the second Spider-Verse movie?
I've seen it like 3 times.
Okay, so this isn't gonna be a spoiler for you. Spoiler for other people. They had the Prowler from the MCU show up
Yeah.
in the second Spider-Verse movie. So it's not like this movie is this. It's the reason he looks like this is because he looks like this in his dimension. So it's not like, oh, it's just a cartoon. It's no, this is a different universe's version of Spider-Man. If he were to go to the real world, he would look exactly the same.
Yep.
So that's another thing that I thought was pretty cool.
That was probably trippy for him getting like sent back there though, with everybody looking like cartoons.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. That pig is fucking talking.
I'm kind of sad that he showed up for like 5 seconds of the movie at the end. Is Peter Porker.
I'm excited.
Because I love John Mulaney
Peter
so
Porker,
much.
yeah.
Oh, he's great. He was great in Puss in Boots too.
Oh yeah.
Who did he voice in Puss in Boots?
He was little Jack Horner.
Okay, yeah. John Mulaney is one of those people that are like, yeah, I like him, and then you're like, wait, this guy is a drug addict.
Was.
Yeah. Was.
No.
He's clean now.
Is he?
He is.
Because I seem to remember him getting back on it again.
I don't know.
Either
But,
that
yeah,
or
this
he's
is
been
a
in
hill I could
rehab
die
like
on.
6 times.
The,
Right,
hill,
no,
the
he's
hill
good.
that he can die on is John Mulaney is
Cocaine's
not a
not
drug
that bad.
addict.
No, all credit to him. He is fucking hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Like, absolutely hilarious. One of my favorite things that I have ever found on TikTok.
I was over on the bench.
That sound clip. I found someone doing a reenactment of it. And they did a
Is it the guy with
phenomenal
the
job.
beard and he does like the goofy looking face?
No,
because I don't know his name.
It was a guy. He had like a boy with uke mask, but it was just the glasses. And every time he was acting as the kid, he just sat super, super far away, and you saw one of his eyes was like really big, and the other one was like the size of a quarter. It's like, I was over on the bench.
I was over on the bench. I was over on the
baby,
bench.
I was over
I
on
was
the
over
bench.
on the bench. I was over on the bench.
Bench.
So in Nazi Germany,
Did you hear? Princess Diana died. Okay. I was here. It wasn't me.
but no, I like John Mulaney. Anyways, moving on. So I think all of us here agree that cartoons are pretty damn good, right?
I think cartoons are accessible to everybody.
Cartoons are cartoony and very cool.
They don't land
That being
for
said,
everyone.
I will judge you if you're a 30-year-old man watching Dora.
Unless you have a kid.
That's different. Unless you have a kid and you're watching with the kid, that's different. But like, I'm not like, if you're gonna go and you want to watch fucking Wild Kratts, I'm fine with that because that's actually a good show. It's directed towards kid, but it's good.
It's really educational. Like, also, what's it? The
Extremely
ocean Octonauts?
educational.
Have you seen Octonauts? It's
Octonauts is a fucking bop.
like 75% of my marine life knowledge is from that show. I swear to you.
And now you've lost the old man.
Little baby
do you know
over
who-
here in the corner, little baby talking little baby things. Old man can't comprehend little baby speak. Ooh, wait.
Okay.
But
It's my
Ace,
turn
you've heard
to
of
stand
you've heard of
proudly
Wild
upon my hill, my flag flying high.
Real
Pineapple does belong on fucking pizza.
You can die on this hill by yourself.
Yeah, you're dying on this hill by yourself.
You're just gonna leave me to bleed out on this fucking hill?
Absolutely no hesitation. I will be the one who makes you start bleeding out.
I'm gonna just take away the you can die on the hill. You can just die.
We're not
more
gonna
hill.
let you make it up
We're
to the
gonna
hill.
excavate your hill to where it's just a flat plain, and then you can die.
We're gonna excavate your hill to the fact that it's a reverse hill. It's
Are
a
you guys
look.
gonna you want to
Hillant.
hear me out on it first, or are we just gonna just say you could die on the fucking hill?
Well, I think there's
Go
there's-
ahead. We need.
I think the
we need-
population's like 50% pineapple's good on pizza, pineapple's not good on pizza. So I feel like hearing you out is gonna be in the best interest of everybody. Unfortunately, for me.
Okay. All right.
We need
good.
time for the episode, so.
This is also true. This
This is true. So, what is you guys' main problem with pineapple on pizza first?
I just personally don't like pineapples.
You just don't like the taste. Like, you don't find it offensive, right?
No.
Yeah,
I think it's too sweet for pizza.
Do you put anything else on your pineapple pizza, or do you just have pineapple?
Okay. My brother puts pineapple on pizza every single time. It doesn't matter what the fuck else he puts on it.
It's good.
Hawaiian
Someone's
pizza.
got taste.
A Hawaiian pizza is fine. I'm never going to order it, but if it's given to me, I'm like, hey, pizza.
Have you
My
had
biggest problem?
pineapple and black
Go ahead.
olives?
That's disgusting.
It's
yes,
amazing.
I have. It's gross. It
is amazing because the salt
Kill
and the
yourself.
sweet are in perfect harmony. If you throw pepperoni on that, now you've got the spice. Now you've got a bitchin' pizza.
My biggest problem with pineapple on pizza is the fact that there's not a single place that puts a okay amount of pineapple on the pizza. It's either too much or too much. There is no
Too much
in
or
between.
too much?
It's just
Bro
too much
said
or
too much or too much.
To be completely honest, any pineapple on my pizza is too
A
much.
fucking pineapple breathed on my pizza.
How dare it?
Pineapple smells like pizza. Time to throw it out. I will say though, there's one thing is, like, I don't like the chunks, like the big blocks of pineapple, or like the full circles, like full circle slices of pineapple on it. But if there was like pepperoni shaped and sized pieces of pineapple, maybe a little bit smaller, I would probably eat it, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Hey,
That's
pineapple
progress.
Pineapple is a fine thing to put on a pizza. Saying it belongs there is wrong.
I think it belongs there more than other toppings do.
It belongs there until
Like
there's
what?
too much.
Hold
of it.
on. Time out. Like what?
Anchovies or pickles.
I
That's fair.
agree.
That's fair. That is a hill we will all die on.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the video of the person pulling their pizza out of the oven and it has like pickles on it and the paper's on fire and it falls on the floor?
Yeah, I've made
saw
one
this-
of those kind of pizzas before.
I saw this one. So in the video, the guy is pulling the pizza out of the oven. The parchment paper he put the pizza on is on fire, and then the pizza just falls. And then it cuts to this black lady who's like laughing her ass off, and she goes, "You put pickles on that pizza," and then it killed itself, and it was trying to take you with it.
Dude, the freaking oven saw the pizza. It was like, hell no! It just burnt the thing.
I find that offensive, Flip.
But yeah, I think pickles on pizza is okay. What is your opinion of macaroni on pizza?
I think
mac
if
and
it's
cheese.
done right, it can be good. Otherwise, it's a dry, disgusting mess.
There is a new
Have you-
food that I think I need to try.
Macaroni
Have
pizza?
you
I've never had that, and it sounds really good.
have you ever been to Cece's Pizza?
We had one. It closed. But yeah.
I think they're all gone,
They're
but
pretty-
they had a mac and cheese pizza.
It was a
Pretty
fucking
damn good.
place of disease, so that makes sense.
Their food wasn't terrible. I'm not going to say it was good, but it wasn't bad. Their
I just
mac
go
and
to
cheese
Pizza
pizza
Inn
was
now.
actually pretty good. Okay, here's a hill that I'm willing to die on about pizza.
Uh-huh.
Domino's fucking sucks.
Nah, you're
agree.
full of shit. Nah, fuck you. What?
Listen,
What sucks about Domino's?
I don't like their crust.
You don't.
It's
Well, you
just
can
not
get
good.
it. They have like 3 options of crust.
Yeah, all of them are shit.
Their thin crust pizza is fucking amazing. Sorry, Toaster.
It's all good. I have personal reservations for not liking Domino's. It is not bad pizza. I have just had too much of it because various functions that I go to, because that is one of 2 pizza places around here. The other one is overpriced.
It's because they're
local
cheap.
pizza.
And Domino's is really cheap.
Yeah. And I've just had so much of it in the past 4 years that I've been here, 5 years probably, that I just can't stand it anymore. I'll eat it if it's there, but I don't really want to eat it.
To be completely honest, with my chain of pizza places that I go to, it's Papa John's, Marco's Pizza, Domino's, and then Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut is bad. I do not like
Get
Pizza
the
Hut.
fuck out of here with Papa John's.
Okay, look.
It's good.
I grew up on Papa John's where I used to live, so it's not like, honestly, it's really not the best pizza out there, but it's got a lot of nostalgia for me. So that'll be
To
the
be
reason
completely
I eat
honest,
it.
Papa John's and Marco's are tied for me. I love Marco's. They're just really expensive. But I don't order. I have the Domino's app on my phone, but I have never ordered pizza from Domino's because I don't like their crust. I don't like the pizza. I order.
I'm
their
ordering
bread bowls.
Domino's
Their
now
bread
just to
bowls
spite you.
slap. That's fine. I don't care. You're ordering Domino's at 9:00 at night?
Yeah. I tip
Okay.
well, so they always show up.
Bribery.
But
I
I'm
also have
not
a free
saying like
pizza, so
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
paying the
I'm
tip.
not saying that if you like Domino's, you deserve to go to hell. If you like Domino's, you're entitled to that opinion. I don't care. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of Domino's. Like, it's not my first choice, and if it is, I'm not ordering a pizza from them. I'm ordering a bread bowl because their bread bowls are pretty damn good. I like the bread that they put it in.
Okay.
But no,
Okay.
pineapple doesn't belong on pizza.
No, it does.
Pizza Hut.
It definitely does.
Pizza Hut has a Hawaiian pizza, and they changed the crust for that pizza, and it is not good.
Where does Little Caesars land on your list of pizzas? Just out of curiosity.
I have never been to Little Caesars.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never had Little Caesars before.
In the.
I mean, it's
I don't
hot
have
and
it
ready.
often. Yeah.
One of these days, like, I've heard that they're good. So one of these days, maybe, because their pizza's a little cheaper than what I normally get. So
Yeah.
maybe one day, but I
Not
have
today.
not been to Little Caesars before. Yeah, not today. I ate at work and it's 9:30.
Fair
I want
enough.
to eat pizza at 9:30.
All right.
Anyways,
I'm
moving
bleeding out
along.
on top of my hill. My flag has been stabbed through my abdomen. Go ahead and
I was the one who put it there.
go ahead.
Yeah,
go to
I
your
gave
next
you the
story, I
flag.
guess.
See, real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. I'm not one, like, even though I said it was a joke. I'm not one to say, "Oh, you like pineapple on pizza? Get away from me."
Yeah,
I don't-
I'm never like really offended by a lot of people's hot takes or hills that they're willing to die on, but I'm a really dramatic person and it's really funny and it turns out really well for like the comedic sense of things. So I'll play stuff up like insanely and it just makes it.
Yeah, I want to be very clear. If you have Hawaiian pizza or pineapple on pizza and you give me a slice, I'm not going to say yuck. I'm going to eat it because I love pizza. And pineapple is a fine topping. But saying it belongs there, it's like maybe. I feel like it earned its place. There's enough people that like it, but I would never order pineapple on my pizza.
It's an underdog.
All right.
Moving on.
Okay.
The
Toastr.
best. I'm just gonna say the last thing. The best way to have pineapple on your pizza is to get a thin crust barbecue chicken pizza with pineapple on it.
That doesn't sound too bad.
That was quite
It's-
the mouthful that I was not paying attention to at all.
That's fine. You don't like pineapple. It's okay.
Okay.
Ace,
cool.
It's for our
you and I-
listeners.
Ace, you and I, we should order each other a pizza. I'll send
Dude,
one to
that's
your
a-
house. You send one to my house.
That's a long shipment for both those pizzas, dude.
Yeah, that is.
They're gonna meet
Local
midway, and they're
pizza
not gonna like
places,
keep
dumbass.
going. They're gonna stop. They're gonna give each other the pizza, and they're gonna turn back around and just go back home.
It was like cold ass pizza.
For real.
Anyways,
$50 tip.
Toastr,
Yeah.
your turn.
So I'm a big Star Wars guy. Hills that I'm willing to die on related to Star Wars. There's quite a few. I picked one that would be very, like one of the bigger Star Wars debates,
Mm-hmm.
and that is Greedo shot first, or as some people would rather, Han shot first. And I'm going to die on the hill that Greedo shot first till, the day I die.
I feel like you could just play
So-
back the footage and you could see that Greedo does fire his gun first.
Yeah, that's the
Well,
because it's really
here's-
like a lot of people say Han shot first because they're like, oh, he's my favorite character. I got to give him like some sort of like credibility. But then you've also
Well,
got George Lucas personally said that he doesn't want Han's character to come across like that, and he originally had in the first film. I'm a massive nerd, so you're gonna have to just deal with this for a second. But in episode 4, they originally had it shot a certain way, and it was like they both fired literally at the same time. But then you can see they went back and redid it a while ago, and now it's like Greedo shoots, and you can see Han, like, his whole body shifts like an inch over to the right, and then he shoots back, because George Lucas didn't want the first impression of Han is to just be he guns somebody down for no reason.
Didn't they redo episode 4 like 6 times though?
They redid it a good few times. I don't know if it was 6, but it did get redone at least 3.
I think the reason why this debate exists is because in one of the originals, Han did actually shoot first.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, it was originally like the very first way it was seen was like that, and then he changed it because he didn't want like the character to be like seen that way.
He wanted him to seem like a character that uses his mind first before he uses his weapons.
Yeah, except for the entirety of the rest of Star Wars, he does not, in fact, do that. But he doesn't. You know,
I want to be very transparent with you guys. I don't care.
He is invisible.
Shit, he disappeared. But
That's fair.
In all seriousness, I feel like if the person who made the fucking character says, this is what I wanted, that should be the one that you go with. If someone were to come out and say, well, actually, Han shot first, if that person's name isn't George Lucas, I don't believe it. When George Lucas comes out and says, no, the actual canon event was Greedo shot first, then I feel like people should just accept it. I don't think there should be any sort of dying on the hill of, well, that's not the real version, when the creator of the movie said it is. You know? Guys?
Sorry, Kat, your audio got completely garbled for us. So
you ever seen the meme? If you had sex with a router, that's what it would sound like. That's what that was.
We were so lost. I had to fucking mute my mic because I crumpled.
What was the last thing you heard me say?
The last intelligible thing?
No, like actual coherent words.
Oh.
George Lucas says...
Okay, so I feel that if I feel like if George Lucas says Han didn't shoot first, then people should just grow the fuck up and accept it that that's the canon version of it, because he's the one who made the fucking character.
Yeah. There's also those people though who decide, "Oh, I'm not going to grow the fuck up and this is going to be the biggest like problem in my entire life."
They did Greedo
those
dirty.
people can die.
For real. But I like how he looks though. He's iconic at this point.
He was awesome. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I wish we could have seen him in action.
For real.
Anyways, moving right along.
I want to know what Toastr thinks of Jar Jar Binks first.
I fucking hate him.
He's a stupid ass character.
He's stupid, but it's not funny stupid. It's stupid.
I guess spoilers. I did like seeing his actor come back as the Jedi that saved Grogu in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. But
that was cool.
That's cool. That's cool. Like, Jar Jar Binks is not cool in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, I think I feel like people saying that Han shot first is stupid because the person who created the character said he didn't. That's it. That's all I have to say on the topic.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a very defendable hill.
Yeah. Very defendable. George Lucas is on our hill.
George Lucas is
Lucas
on the side of our hill. He will also die up here.
As we etch his face into Mount Rushmore. And then his butt next to him.
Whoa.
Moving on. My turn. I feel that marching band is a sport. I'm not saying that people are saying that marching band people are not athletes, because we most definitely are. I'm saying that it's a sport. What do you guys have to say about that?
I would say...
Okay, you go first. You could.
Oh, sorry, yeah. I would say it is a sport, but I don't know if I consider y'all athletes. There's a reason they call them band geeks.
Yeah.
There's a difference between band and marching band, though.
Yes.
Okay,
Is it
Ace,
the
I want
marching?
you to go... Okay. I want you to go and learn how to, I want you to go and learn how to march and, like, be in a marching band, and then come back and tell me that they're not athletes.
Now, to his credit, none of the marching band, at least around here, nobody in marching band looks athletic. And a lot of them, personally, in my opinion, are not really that athletic. But I have a friend who is in marching band, and his school does, like, the mandatory, like, multi-hour breaks, sun breaks or whatever, or heat breaks, because their school classifies marching band as a sport. And they
It
get the
is a
same
sport.
treatment as, like, the sports teams would.
Okay, so I just looked up some numbers. A bass drum is anywhere from 15 to 40 pounds. You're holding this on your body, and each marching band, like, halftime show is about 8 minutes. So you're walking around a football field with a 15 to 40 pound drum for 8 minutes. Not walking, because marching is not walking. They look like it. Marching looks easier than it actually is. It kind of looks like walking, but it's not. But holding a 40-pound drum at the most, walking or marching around a football field for 8 minutes, you're gonna tell me that that's not athletic? Like, you don't have to be in shape to do that?
Also, in some cases, 40-pound horns, in which case you also have to use breath to blow said notes in horns, as
Yes,
well as
and
having
there
to
is-
take breath to walk around.
I mean, is
And-
there training for this? Like,
Absolutely.
Yes.
There is so much
Absolutely.
training.
There's
Do
like a
you know what
pre-show to
band
this?
camp is? Do you know what band camp is?
It's a place where people fuck themselves with flutes.
Oh my
No.
God.
See, band camp, I knew you were going to say that. Band camp is, I think for my high school, was a month in the dead of summer learning the drill.
You gotta
So-
learn, like, the blocking, you gotta learn the music, you gotta learn, in some
Mhm.
cases, you have to learn how to play said instrument, how to walk the correct way. It's like a summer camp,
And-
but solely music.
Huh.
Yes.
Okay.
And a lot of marching bands have visuals. Like, it's more than just they're making a shape on the ground. It's, hey, they're making a rippling effect.
Yeah,
And
there's...
to do that, that's like, yeah, so you guys are going to basically, on the count of 4, you're going to do a push-up. And on the count of 3, you're going to stand up from your push-up. And it'll make a ripple effect. So there is definitely training, extensive training to marching band. Hello?
Having
Okay.
done some forms of marching band and also having like 50% of my friend group being in various marching bands, I will die with you on this hill.
Yeah. Did we win you over, Ace?
I'll let you have
Please.
it. Especially because you make marching band similar like a military activity than a fucking school activity.
Yeah, except
It-
they're much stupider than the people in the military.
How's that
And
possible?
that's
Debatable.
I know
Debatable.
that's you
Have
would
you
think
ever
how
met a
is that
Marine?
possible,
Have
right?
you-
I didn't think
have
it
you
was
ever met a
possible either,
Marine?
but here we are.
What cat?
I said, have you ever met a Marine?
They eat crayons?
The crayon eating joke.
Yeah, I'll say that joke.
Let's put this into perspective.
Mhm.
There were days where we were marching for like 5 hours in 100-degree weather.
Fuck that.
Yeah. And I'm gonna be completely honest. I wouldn't give up that experience for anything in the world. I loved marching band. It was awesome.
Kat, what did you play in marching band?
Yeah, what did you play?
Clarinet. One of the
he's got the Squidward laugh, bro.
So I
We're
don't
in
have
the
the
marching
argument.
band, SpongeBob.
Squidward,
I'm not-
I've
I
always
don't-
wanted to join the marching band.
I'm not one of the ones to like say like, oh, marching band was so hard because my instrument was heavy. Clarinet's not heavy.
No, it
gets
weighs
to
like
a
2
point
pounds.
because, well, you have to hold your arms out at like a straight angle. So it gets to a point where that 2 pounds feels closer to like 5 or 10, but still, it's not that heavy. So I don't have to complain. But there's people with the marching tubas, which are called sousaphones,
Yeah,
with those wrapped around their body.
I had a friend
On top of the marching band
who's-
uniform, which is made out of cotton and is like an inch thick. So you're sweating your balls off. So, yeah.
I had a friend who's actually, I think he applied to get into DCI, which is like the
Damn.
big, like it is the marching band kind of thing.
Yeah,
but
The big name.
it's the big thing. And there he plays, I swear I look up the name for this every time. I'm not about to look up the name for it again, but it looks like a shoulder cannon, and when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But he plays that, and he bought a version of it that was the version that the DCI would use, and it weighs 40 pounds. And he would go to the gym and do exercises of like holding his arm at like the position, because he has to hold it away from his chest and like straight out, like Kat was saying, like your arms got to be straight. And he would like do endurance training on those specific muscles in the gym, of all places, to like make it so he could hold it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ace, have you ever seen a what's it called? A euphonium?
No.
Okay, so look up a euphonium when you get the chance. It's imagine a tuba, but a little bit smaller.
Okay.
Now imagine holding that like you would a trumpet. The people that play horns, like French horns, have to use an instrument called a mellophone, which is basically a marching euphonium, and you're holding it at the angle that a trumpet player would hold it. For
Oh,
8
I've seen
minutes.
these things before.
Yeah, for 8 minutes while marching around a football field. So you can suck my dick if you say that marching band people are not athletes.
I don't think they'll ever be treated as athletes, but I think they are.
No, never.
They're athletes.
But to
Like,
my actual point, marching band is a sport. It
Yeah.
literally meets the criteria. You compete, you get points, and you win trophies. It meets the criteria of sport. Technically, chess is a sport by definition.
Well,
And
say,
I'm not going to
if-
argue with that.
If esports are a sport, so is marching band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you can
like,
play
you don't
video
have
games
to
and it's
be-
a sport, then you can do a lot of other things, and that'd be a
Yeah.
sport too.
I think anything with physical activity and competition, that's a sport now.
Yeah.
Tug of war could be
Well,
a
no.
sport.
I'm pretty
What?
sure it is a sport.
I
Like-
mean,
Like I'm pretty sure if you looked probably not that hard, you can find tug of war like tournaments and championships, like worldwide
Tug of war-
championships.
Tug of war would be such a fucking cool thing to see.
Tug of war at the
On, like,
Olympics, dude,
Olympics.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, just imagine like one-on-one tug of war. That would be crazy. I would sit down and watch the entire match. Anyways.
Absolutely.
We can't stay on this forever. And I
Okay.
won someone on our hill. Ace is now on our hill, right?
yeah, I
This
will
is
stand on your hill, even though I'm probably
Let's
still up there
go!
bleeding out.
He's bleeding out on his other
Um,
hill, but he'll send his astral projection over to our hill. Anyway,
Anyways.
next
All
topic
right.
or next.
That's my turn now,
hill.
right? Back up
Yep.
on my hill.
It is
Do I get a
Ace's
second
turn
life
to
here?
bleed out on another hill.
I think the Muppets are the best thing man has ever created.
I don't know if you're gonna be bleeding out on this hill.
Really?
Because
Okay.
I agree with you.
I'm not gonna say the best thing.
How about the most versatile thing? Because you could put Muppets in fucking anything.
I'm pretty
it-
sure
I think
Muppets
the
have been
Muppets have
put
their
in
place.
almost everything.
Are you talking about Muppets or
Like
the
Kermit,
Muppets?
Kermit the
Muppets.
the Muppets, like Kermit the Frog, Miss Piggy, and
Hi
all that.
ho, Kermit the Frog here. You know, that shit.
Well, yeah. So I think they have their place, but saying the best thing we've ever made, that's not true
Humanity
because
peaked with the Muppets.
No wonder it
sliced bread
sucks now.
exists. So
I will say some of the more recent Muppet stuff is really not that great.
Yeah, I think it's fallen off where
Since
you don't
since
have Jim Henson's.
since Jim Henson died, it's not been as good.
But
but
I'm thinking
Jim
like
Henson's
if you did like a
Creature Shop-
D&D movie with Muppets.
Oh,
or
absolutely.
Even a Star Trek movie with Muppets.
I will watch
you
the
could-
hell out of that.
You'd make bank.
yeah, that would be cool.
You would make absolute bank.
Not to mention, Jim Henson's Creature Shop also made the animatronics for the FNAF movie.
Exactly. The Jim Henson Company is amazing.
I'm not going to say that they're bad. I love the Muppets. Saying they're the best thing that humankind has ever made, kind of not like. Saying they're the best is a little much. It's a little too high.
Yeah,
of a
I think the
praise.
phrasing is a little probably not the most accurate, but
Okay.
I will say I won't have a couple problems with anybody who has like severely bad things to say about the Muppets because they are extremely like super solid and versatile. Like you said, they're really like it's a
Oh yeah. I
Top-
think you're just a
top-tier
spiteful
show.
person if you don't like the Muppets. Like,
exactly.
what's not to like? They're not offensive. They're not mean. They're just the Muppets.
Technically vegan, as far as we know,
I mean, maybe not that Swedish chef. Who knows about him?
dude.
Bork, bork, bork.
Borgy borgy flurry durgy berry sugar dude.
The original Muppet Show, like that shit was fucking phenomenal.
I'll go back on Disney Plus and like rewatch that stuff all the time.
Exactly. So like,
I've got the song they sing when they're doing their road trip. I have that in one of my Spotify playlists.
oh yeah,
I feel if the Muppets are able to be permanently immortalized in pop culture the way they have been, with the memes and shit, I think they have their place, and I don't think I can think of a single person that hates them.
the highest honor
just-
I could ever receive is if someone made a Muppet of me.
Dude,
That's it. That's my life peaks, and I kill myself at that very moment.
I was gonna say someone get on that. Someone don't get on that unless you replace it.
Damn it! I
You
ruined
die.
it.
a toaster Muppet
You-
would be pretty cool.
A toaster Muppet would be so easy to make because he
That would
doesn't
be
have a
so much
mouth.
easier than like making an actual like head for me.
Yeah, I think like
Except
Muppets
it
are very similar to like Lego.
Yeah. Except
Like Lego, I don't think I can think of a single person that hates Lego,
Exactly.
unless you're the parent that stepped on it.
Yeah, fair enough.
well, that's still.
But then
kinda only
again,
temporary,
you bought
dude.
it for your kid. Yeah,
so
you
you
bought
guys
it
are
for your
standing
kid.
like
You should have
halfway up
expected
this hill with me.
I am fully on the hill.
Okay.
I'm stepping
different
around
phrasing.
the mud puddle that is the grammar and the phrasing of.
Okay.
that. Yeah, me too.
We could reword
I think-
it a little bit.
I think if you were like I said, I can't think of a single person that hates the Muppets.
Yeah.
That's a super high praise.
Exactly. Who is your favorite Muppet?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I like Kermit. He's good for memes.
Okay.
Is-
I'll allow
I know
it.
I know that's a really basic answer, but that's genuinely
Hey, Kermit's
like
funny.
my favorite Muppet.
He's hilarious.
The fact that people are able to do the voice and say some of the things that are said in the voice is even funnier.
I'm going to
Because-
commit suicide.
Or
I've seen that.
or like or the person singing, I don't know the name of the song, but you hear the music and it just turns around and it's Kermit sitting on a guy's lap and it's Charlie, I don't. And then the video cuts. That's the entire video.
Yeah, I
But you know
remember
the video
that was a Vine.
permanently immortal. Yeah, permanently immortalized in my brain.
What about you, Toastr? Who's your favorite Muppet?
Sorry, I was muted. I was trying to make something up for comedy purposes, but I'll figure it out in a second.
Okay.
Actually, no. I gotta do it. I gotta do it while it's still in the brain and still a mildly fresh topic.
Okay, that's fine. It's so hard for me just to pick one because I really like almost all of Electric Mayhem. Gonzo is hilarious. Anything with Beaker and Dr. Bunsen Honeydew are amazing.
I'm gonna be completely honest.
Who's your favorite Muppet? The Muppets.
I know that's what
Yes.
I'm having trouble because I love them all so much.
I haven't seen much Muppets content. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
Well, the new
I've
Muppets,
seen-
the new Muppet stuff is not that great anyway.
Yeah, stick
so,
with the old stuff.
If you've seen like
Yeah.
3 of the
Or-
key movies, then you're good.
Or like the movies that came out a few years ago. Those are still good.
I saw the one Muppet movie the one that I remember watching all the way through is the one where there was 2 Kermits.
Yeah. He's
The most
the
wanted.
evil Russian Kermit.
The Darth Sidious
Yeah.
Kermit.
Yeah, Constantine the Frog.
Is that the same Muppet movie that has the Man or the Muppet song in it?
No, that's
No.
the first one.
That's that's like the second Muppets movie. Because
It's
that
the first
one,
of the
like,
reboot series.
oh, the reboot. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
No, so
Because
your
I've seen that. I've
your
seen that one
Kermit
too.
suicide thing. I remember that meme, or I remember a version of it. It was from like VR chat, right?
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know if
VR
that-
chat.
Yeah, it was VR
James
chat.
Key.
You've got the like it plays. It goes a little something like this. I'm going to Kermit suicide.
Exactly. That's preceded by a buff man in a Miku wig saying, "Let me get some of that froggy ass."
Yeah.
Editor, when he plays that, insert the actual clips. It's not shitty phone audio.
Dude, I have that clip on my phone.
Okay, but if I'm actually picking a favorite
Yeah,
Muppet,
it's-
it's probably Gonzo. I like Gonzo.
Gonzo's pretty funny.
That's fair. Mine is gonna be slightly biased, but I don't care because it's still a really cool Muppet. Is Animal in Electric Mayhem?
Hell
He's
yeah.
the drummer. I
Hell
also
yeah.
play drums, and I want to like do a full cosplay of Animal one day and just go absolutely crazy on the drums, which I think would.
Have
be...
you guys
That'd be
have you
sick.
guys seen the Electric Mayhem mockumentary? On Disney Plus?
There's a new Electric Mayhem TV show I haven't watched yet.
Yeah, it's a mockumentary.
Oh, okay. No, I haven't seen it yet.
So they have like popular music people going on there talking about how Electric Mayhem started their music career and stuff. So it's apparently it's really good.
That's awesome.
Kurt Cobain was inspired by by like what's his name
That
with the
explains a
teeth
lot.
and the piano.
Anyways, moving
Dr.
right
Teeth?
along.
Moving right along.
I was gonna do that. Fuck you. No. Moving right along.
I
One of
love
these
that song.
days, I will. One of these days, I will take the time to learn how to do a Kermit the Frog accent.
We just
Or
do
not
an
accent, but
entire
voice.
podcast episode just in Kermit.
Hi ho here.
just-
Welcome to Filterless.
Just recreate this podcast, but we have 2 Kermits and 1 Golem.
It's the
Anyways,
Muppet Show
moving along.
featuring Filterless.
It's the Muppet Show featuring Filterless, and then Ace goes, "Go fuck yourself," and Kermit just like looks at him.
He does like the thing, you know, when he like scrunches his face, you know.
I have that as my profile picture on one of the Discords I'm in.
It's like
Anyways,
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
Next hill. This is my hill. Star Wars: The
Yeah.
Clone Wars should always be included in a basic Star Wars marathon. Basic Star Wars marathon being you watch all of like the movies, and
1 through like.
so
whatever
you
we're
watch
on now.
1, 2, 3. You watch Rogue One. You watch Solo. You watch 4, 5, and 6, and much to my dismay, you watch 7, 8, and 9 as well. But you know, we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I think you
Where-
should put,
Go ahead.
You should put. I feel like it's if you're trying to learn the lore, or if you just want to have like a fun experience watching the Star Wars stuff, you put like Clone Wars in there, because Disney Plus has a feature which if you're old fart and you're deciding, oh, hey, I'm going to watch all the Star Wars marathon movies on DVD, which I have done, and I will completely, like, I don't have anything against that. But if you're going to do, like, a full-on marathon, do Disney Plus for it, because it sets up Clone Wars with, like, it's kind of like the, what is it you told me about the other day, the One Pace with, like, the cut filler and intros and all that. It sets up Clone Wars similarly to that. It puts, like, all the key episodes in a thing, because you know how they'll give you, like, the different tabs. It's, like, the movies in timeline order, the movies featuring, like, said character and all that. It has that, but for Clone Wars, and it's, like, the essential Clone Wars episodes, which, if at minimum, you could watch that. But it's really integral to the lore, and you'll understand, like, a lot more of Star Wars if you watch the Clone Wars. And you're already watching, like, a total 20 hours of the movies. Might as well put an extra, like, an extra 20 in there with Clone Wars.
Yeah. Does that include, the Clone Wars movie? Like
the airing movie that they had?
Yeah.
I would put that in there, honestly, just for the fact of, like, you know,
I saw that shit in theaters.
That was crazy. But also... What?
I'm going to be completely honest. The only thing stopping me from doing a full Star Wars marathon is just the sheer length of the Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's long.
Also, I don't watch movies.
That's fair.
Do you include Rebels and the Bad Batch in that as well now?
Ooh.
I think Rebels places very weird, but Bad Batch takes place after
I would put Bad
Clone
Batch
Wars,
there.
doesn't it?
Yeah, I would put Bad
Because
Batch
Rebels
in
is
it
about to
because
become very much entwined with the main story with this Ahsoka show coming out in a few days.
Like,
is it
tomorrow? It comes out on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Which
doesn't Clone Wars, like, in order to understand 90% of the lore from the Mandalorian show, you have to watch Clone Wars.
Yeah, something like that.
If you want to know how the Darksaber got there.
Yeah, the Darksaber, the Bo-Katan character, I don't even know who the fuck she is. She was in Clone Wars.
Yeah, I freaked out when she showed up.
Yeah, I didn't, because I didn't know who the fuck she was.
Casual fans have no idea who Ahsoka Tano is.
Yeah, because that's
that
also,
being
you
said,
should probably watch Clone Wars before you watch Ahsoka, because, you know, Ahsoka's, like, the main character, one of the, like, the two main characters in Clone Wars the whole time.
And she's in Clone Wars, she's in Rebels, I think she's even in the Bad Batch, I can't remember.
She's in Mandalorian.
She's in Mandalorian.
And she's in the Mandalorian, so she's not going anywhere.
I don't think Ahsoka's in Bad Batch. Or
is she not yet? Okay, I wasn't sure
visually.
if she was or not.
No, but I think if you're going to watch Clone Wars in a marathon, put Rebels and Bad Batch in there too. That was a good thought you had. Because
I love
there
Rebels.
is a whole arc in Clone Wars that is them with the Bad Batch. And then Bad Batch goes directly after that. Because that's also
Bad Batch,
his timeline.
the show. You know why the show exists, right?
Because of that arc.
Yeah, so they made those characters to be one-off characters, and all the fans were like, but why? They're so cool.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll give you a show.
That's why there was a movie, and that was going to kind of, I think, be it.
Yeah. But as far as, like, the placement for people who don't know, Clone Wars it starts after Star Wars Episode 2, and, you know, Star Wars Episode 2 kind of ends with Yoda saying, "Begun the Clone Wars have." So, you know, you kind of get a little bit of an indicator, like, oh, that's probably where you got to start watching the show. But then it'll also carry through into like, there are bits that are from, like, Star Wars Episode 3 in the Clone Wars that happen in, like, that style, which was really cool to see. So, like, it goes from 2 to 3. I would put it between 2 to 3s if I were, like, describing it to somebody. But it goes through 3, and then there's some stuff that happens, like, kind of after 3 as well for, like, Season 7.
Yeah.
As far as, like, timeline context.
Yeah, I'll agree on that.
I'll die with you
if
on
you're
this
going
one.
to take the time to watch all those movies anyway, you might as well slip a damn good show in there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, like, then the other two as well.
Like I said.
Yeah.
I will say 100%, I'm not a massive Star Wars fan. Like, I love Star Wars, don't get me wrong. But I'm not, like, a diehard fan. I'm a diehard fan of Mandalorian. I adore the Mandalorian show. To the point where his theme song is my favorite character theme song of all time.
Go back and listen to that episode of Filterless.
Yeah. So, I I love The Mandalorian. I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan, and I think the reason why is because I don't particularly like the characters in the main movies. You know, like
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't like the new characters.
Well, everything ends up
I'll make
leaking
a
back
hill to
around
die
to a
on right
single
now.
family in this giant galaxy. So
Yeah,
Yeah, it's really just a big sucky
Star
family
Wars. Star
Yeah.
Wars took plot armor to a whole nother fucking level.
reunion. For real.
Like I had just imagined at the final fight or not final fight, but that one scene where Rey is healing Kylo Ren. It's just Qui-Gon Jinn's ghost looks at Obi-Wan and goes, "We can do that? Why the fuck didn't you do that for me, bitch?"
Ooh.
But I think, yeah. And from what I understand, the Clone Wars, there's a lot of, like, I haven't seen all of it because just the sheer length, but you know that's fight between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
mm-hmm.
It's a super short fight, but the way Obi-Wan, like, stances up, they put a lot of care into the details
Oh, that was Rebels.
of that fight.
Dude, I've watched
that Rebels?
a 20-minute
looks the
breakdown
same
on
to
that
me.
fight.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a Rebels fight, I believe.
Yeah, it's in
It
Rebels.
is. They put so much care into, and this links back to the cartoons are not just meant for kids. They
For real.
put so much care, and I love it when you can tell when a production is, what's the word? You can tell when a production is a money grab and when it's a passion project.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell when the people that are the actors, the voice actors, the script writers, everyone, you can tell when they love the thing that they're making.
You could
A
tell
lot of
by
the
the way
newer-
the voice actors feel about it when they go to cons.
There is borderline nobody who has bad things to say about Star Wars unless they're on the, like, not other end of the spectrum, but they're like the super diehard, like, Star Trek fans, and it's like the really old like feud that all the 50-year-olds have. It's
Or you're
like,
that girl who played Rose in that one and then got kicked out of the next movie.
So, what I mean by you can tell when it's a money grab, the script and the story writing and the story building of the newer Star Wars movies 7 through 9 are not great.
Mhm.
They aren't good. I'm gonna be completely honest. Solo didn't need to exist.
It didn't, but I really enjoy watching
It's
Solo,
good.
personally.
I like that it does, but I also would have been perfectly fine if it didn't.
Yeah, it's extremely unnecessary, but I think it was also kind of like an apology movie because, like, oh, the sequels came out and the first thing we do is kill off Han Solo.
Yeah.
Apologies to anybody who hasn't seen Episode 7 yet, but honestly, if you haven't seen it, you're probably not going to watch it ever in your life. So,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
because it's
Like-
been out for, like, what, 9 years?
Yep. Saw that one in theaters too.
Same.
So
I got that movie for a birthday present. I have it and as DVD somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a
Also,
cool ass box.
another
The
good thing
box is
about
cooler
Star
than the
Wars
movie.
is the Lego games.
yeah,
Oh, the Lego
that's true.
games are awesome.
Yeah.
The Lego games are incredible, and the new one that's $60 that I'm definitely not paying for, but I would 100% play that game.
Was the Skywalker
Skywalker
Saga
Saga
or something like
Mhm.
I bought that game to play with Ven, and we have played it once. So
I've got a
no,
really
like-
old, still functioning Xbox 360 that has the original, like, complete Saga on it, and I'll go back and I'll boot it up and pray I don't get the what is it? Freaking red light of death or whatever.
oh,
it's
the
called.
Red Ring of Death.
Red Ring of Death. Yeah, that's right. And
Yeah.
then if I don't have that, then great. I'm gonna play either Skate 3 or Lego Star Wars for like hours.
Oh fuck, Skate 3,
Yeah.
man! Don't get me started. I love it.
but a really, like what I was saying, you could tell when something's a passion project versus a money grab, because you guys were talking about video games. It's a really good example. We've been playing the hell out of Deep Rock. That's a passion project. That
Oh,
game
100%.
is a
Obviously, because
passion
Deep
project.
Rock has like it doesn't look the best. It doesn't like play the best, if I'm being honest. But it's a fucking enjoyable game.
And
But
you pay
then
a
you
price
go
up
to-
front, and you get everything.
Exactly.
But
and
then
then
you
you can
go to
pay an extra
games-
$90 for the rest of all the DLC, which is also passion project stuff, but it's still mad expensive.
Yeah,
And it's still
but
just
then-
like cosmetic.
It just makes it more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you go to some of the other games. I seriously doubt they're going to listen to this episode, and if they do, they don't fucking care because they've gotten enough complaints. EA fucking sucks. I'm not saying their games are bad. I'm just saying a lot of their games
As a
are money
company, they're
grabs.
garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or Activision with the constant Call of Duty stuff. They're just like, I haven't played any of them from what I understand, it's just the same game being re-released.
That
Oh,
cows.
Activision
Over and
Blizzard
over
go
again.
fuck off.
I did see
Yeah.
a trailer for the new Modern Warfare 3, and it actually does look pretty interesting.
It does look pretty good. That does look good. And they have Don't Fear the Reaper as their theme song for it. And it's like it's a good trailer.
Oh, yeah.
But you can tell when something's a passion project versus when something is just a money grab.
Absolutely.
Unfortunately, a lot of the media that we consume are money grabs.
All right.
Yeah.
A lot of the Marvel stuff nowadays is a money grab.
Yeah, past in game, all of that just like went to shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked
Or
about that
like
on the
the,
hot takes.
Mhm.
Or like the Avengers game that came out that was apparently dog shit.
I completely forgot.
I'm
that
willing
came
to
out
bet-
until you said it. And now I remember why
Exactly.
I forgot it came out.
Yeah, it was not
Because
good.
it's not good, and it's a money grab. Anyways, we're gonna run out of time. Okay, so wrapping up this episode, we got 2 more hills to perish upon, Ace's and mine. I think anime, D&D, video games, everyone classified those as like nerdy things. Those aren't nerdy things. Those things are so fucking fun. I started playing D&D recently, and I've had a blast. I don't like math. I don't like numbers because I am numero dyslexic, which is
There's a
am
word for
dyslexic
that.
with numbers.
Number no worky.
Sure,
yeah, I
we'll go
have.
with that one.
There is a word for it. Is it not numero dyslexic?
No, it's
thought
got
that's
its
what it
own
was.
name.
I am number dyslexic.
Yeah,
I
we'll
can't
go with
read
that, but
numbers,
yeah.
so I struggle with math. So, and D&D is all about math, but it's also all about storytelling, and I fucking love making stories. And I kid you not, I look forward to every single Saturday that we do our D&D stuff. It is so much fun, and it's not a nerd thing. It's just fun. Same thing with... I'm a little hesitant to say same thing with anime because I have problems with anime, which is why I don't watch it. But a lot of the problems that I have is exclusive to specific animes. Basically, the big problem is I don't like the over dramatic expressions on the face with the pastel color backgrounds and shit that I find annoying.
I think that's just part
Well,
of Japanese
that's also just
culture,
like the
though.
straight that's the straight animation off of the manga because you don't
Yeah.
you don't realize how much of the manga pages they actually use when they're animating.
shot
Yeah.
for
Like,
shot
well,
sometimes.
Those moments like those when an anime does too many of those, I have an issue with. But for the most part, I've liked all the animes that I've watched. The only one that I didn't like was My Hero. That's because the main
that's
character's
like
a
one of
whiny
the
bitch.
top disliked animes, honestly.
Yeah,
It is.
the fan-
It's
the-
very
the fandom is-
divisive.
the fandom is
The
cringe.
fandom and the fan service are horrible.
Now if you like My Hero, I'm not gonna say you have bad taste.
No, but
But
you
you
might
have
be a little
bad
bit
taste.
fucking weird.
Yeah,
No,
I
that's
can
like
see- I
saying
don't know
like
if you've
everyone
seen-
that likes.
I don't know if you've seen My Hero cosplayers, but it's fucking.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not gonna.
shit whack.
It's like this. It's like the same argument of, Minecraft community. They're cringe. They're all dressing up as Steve for like. It's not true. Just because you like Minecraft doesn't mean you're like little Timmy who thinks he's playing Minecraft all the time and has Minecraft pickaxes hung up on his wall.
I think same shit can be
Those
said about
like those
Fortnite,
really
too.
old lights that are like the Minecraft torches that you can hang on your wall, and they have like the bit that
Those are
flip
kind of
out.
cool.
They have the bit that flip out,
Those
so
are
it looks
kinda
like
cool.
it's placed on the wall. Those were, that was the shit.
Yeah, that was the shit. And what were you saying, Ace?
I was saying you could say the same thing about Fortnite too. Like it's got a bad rep because all
The
those
community
cringy
is
people
awful.
and kids are the ones who play it the most.
Remember
But it's
passion
still a
projects
fun-ass
and
game.
money grabs?
The
Fortnite
game's
has
free.
become a money grab. Yeah, but
Completely free.
do you know?
Yeah, until you
Yeah.
open up the game.
No, it's free.
It's
It's
complete-
100% free.
I
You
know.
could play that
It's-
entire
Unless you
game
want to
feel
look
like it.
good.
and not
My-
everything's cosmetic.
Yep.
My best friend, his dad, has battle pass skins galore, and he has never put a dime into that game.
Damn.
He just does the free battle pass, saves up the V-Bucks, and then buys the next battle pass. And then he saves those V-Bucks throughout the battle pass, and then buys the next one. So he doesn't buy item shop stuff.
That's how they set it up to do that too. Like you can see, like you get. I used to
Yeah.
when I was like big into it. I would do the math. You can get the exact amount of V-Bucks you need to buy the next battle pass from that battle pass. I don't know if you can anymore because they were like fucking pages or whatever the hell.
Yeah,
they're
you
doing
can.
now. But like
You still can.
I feel like the old format was a lot simpler, but I'm also stupid.
What I have a problem with now, specifically with Fortnite, is they do these anime crossovers.
It looks so bad.
Well, no. Sometimes they look good. Sometimes they're just awful. The cell shading is. I love the cell shading cell shaded characters. I think that's really cool. I don't like the fact that Naruto's head looks too long. But the more they've done it more recently with the past two collaborations that they did, the Star Wars one and the other one that they're doing currently.
Jujutsu
Didn't they do
Kaisen.
like a Jujutsu Kaisen
Yeah.
one? Yeah.
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 The only
So
one that
they
looks good
have-
in that one personally is Itadori, which is the main character.
Yeah, he looks fine.
But the problem I have with that is you have the battle pass, which uses V-Bucks,
Mhm.
and then you have the item shop, which uses V-Bucks, and you're getting totally different characters from the battle pass. You're getting like Optimus Prime and shit. You're getting the Jujutsu Kaisen people from the battle pass or from the item shop, but then they have like a secondary battle pass that costs V-Bucks to actually unlock the things that you want.
It does have a free option.
It has a free option, but the free options are stupid.
Yeah.
The things that you actually want, like the Star Wars one, I would have loved to have Darth Maul, but I'd rather buy the battle pass than the fucking limited time thing because I can guarantee I'll get something from the battle pass. But because I don't really like Fortnite unless I'm playing with people, I'm not going to play the game enough to justify buying the Darth Maul thing.
Fair enough. So what do you
Because I
think
kid you
does
not.
constitute something being nerdy if it's not video games, D&D, and anime?
Can I give an opinion on that?
Sure, go ahead.
I
Yeah.
think it's really not about the topic that is the thing. I think it can be a lot about the people and the way they treat said
Exactly. That's what I was about to say.
Because
Like,
like you get people,
D
you
and-
can get monster nerds like straight
Mhm.
up, like Monster Energy. Like there could be some,
Yeah.
like it's like meth heads but for Monster, and that's not a sight to see. It's scary, bro.
So you
But,
think
like, there's a-
it's just like really the community and the people that like for that set
Yeah.
topic.
So, what makes it nerdy, in my opinion, are the people that take it a bit too far.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't have any problem with you enjoying doing something. If you enjoy playing D&D and you enjoy talking about it all the time, be you. I don't care. I play D&D, but I don't go around talking about D&D 24/7.
yeah.
I've mentioned it to people, and they go, wait, you do? What makes it nerdy is when it becomes a lifestyle.
Okay.
Like, you eat, shit, breathe. Like, perfect example. You know the term band nerd,
Band geek.
right?
Band geek
Or band
yeah.
geek?
Same difference, honestly.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
band geek is someone that lives, eats, shits band. Their entire life revolves around band. I was in band, and I would never classify myself as a band geek because it was just something that I did and enjoyed doing, but didn't invest my entire life into it.
This guy had a solid experience.
If you invest your entire life into it, if you invest your entire life into D&D, you are a D&D nerd. Not D&D is nerdy. You are a D&D nerd. Because guess what? You got people that do fucking sports. They watch football or they're like those people I would consider nerds. Football nerds. Not like the difference between a jock and a nerd, they don't really exist in my books, except for jocks. Jocks are like the douchey.
That's like the staple of
Um,
college in some ways.
Yeah,
It
but
does
I
not,
don't
in
think-
fact, keep the college together. But if there's a college without jocks, you're probably the jock there.
yeah. Or like, oh, typically when you say, well, this person's a nerd, what constitutes them as a nerd? Oh, they play D&D, they watch anime, and they play video games. That's not how that works.
That's just a regular dude.
Just-
That's what I do, bruh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just normal shit.
someone who plays sports all the time can do that same thing. That doesn't make them a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weirdest thing about me is the fact that I am, like, not related to, but I identify with kitchen appliances, of all things. I've literally made a name for myself in the form of a tiny block of metal that cooks bread and is used occasionally for suicide, but we're not going to talk about that.
Did
Yeah.
you know that toasters are actually they've made it to where you can't actually toaster bath yourself anymore because most
Aw.
toasters nowadays when you drop them into water, they kill themselves before they kill the person in the bathtub with them.
I did actually know that, and I was planning to bring that up next time someone made a toaster bath joke around me.
Okay.
But no, I don't think like anime and video games and D&D, it's not nerdy things. There's a difference between a thing being nerdy and a nerd being nerdy, you know?
So you think that, like, basically, nerd isn't a grouping of people; it's a label for a specific type of person.
Yeah.
It's a label for someone that invests their entire life into a specific topic.
Okay, I can believe that. I never see
D&D
nerdy as. I guess I'm just so used to being called dirty for liking these things. It's like I don't see it as negative. Just like I don't see it as
It's
negative
not
when
negative.
someone calls me the weird guy. Like
Oh,
I don't care.
Okay,
It's also kind of
here's
like,
another
that's
hill
really
to die on.
used now as like the kind of just like bland insult, just like the
No,
that's gay, like
Yeah.
that's the kind of
Here's-
that's the same kind of like way nerdy is used now, but like to like for the heavy meaning of it, you know, it's like the
Mhm.
people who invest their lives, like Kat said, doing like one thing and only that one thing.
That's cringe.
Here is a hill to die on. Being called weird should never be taken as an insult.
Nah.
Being called normal is
It
the
means
worst
you're
insult.
original in some ways, dude. Like
I mean, you
Yes,
stand
if
out.
you're called
yeah.
weird, that should be that's an achievement. Your achievement is to stand out. Otherwise, you're just like the other sheeps. I've been called weird before, and I strive being called weird because I am.
Okay, well
That's
that
why I'm
also
better than you.
there's probably some lines there. Like
There is a line of weird.
there's
Yeah,
a
there-
line,
there
but,
is a
like,
line
the
of
basic
weird.
Are
I'm not
the
like-
normal people weird.
And then there's fucked up
Yeah.
and weird.
Yeah, like
Yeah, there's a I like, oh, you're a weirdo. Okay. Why? Well, you are. Like there is a line of weird. Like just like there's a line of being a nerd. There's a line. You cross the line? Yeah, the weird person, they're probably drinking glue. Yeah, that's kind of weird. That's not a compliment. That's a please get help.
Yeah. You were saying, Toaster?
But for
if I was saying something, I forgot what it was. So
Oh, okay. I was trying to get it to you before you forgot, but that's all right.
anyways, anyone have any wrapping up topics about this hill? Are you guys dying on this hill with me?
I agree.
I think that's a very solid hill, and I would
Yeah.
be happy to die on that hill.
I mean, yeah.
I think a lot of people have been dying on my hill pretty. I got Ace to die on the marching band hill.
This
Yeah.
guy's got some. This guy's got some all around pretty nice hills.
The
His hills
the
are better
great
than
thing
his
about-
draft picks.
Yikes!
listen. No, the thing about these hills is like I know that there's people that will disagree with everything that I'm saying.
Oh, absolutely.
But you two, I almost said you three, like counting myself into the you guys. But us three, we all agree with these ones. And I don't know if that's because we all have the same mind to a degree, because we all kind of like all have the same sense of humor in a way, and we think kind of the same, or if that's a genuine like this isn't a bad hill. Like for people who say like D&D is nerdy, I don't understand how you see that.
Yeah.
That's simple.
Yeah.
Anyways, Ace, on to you. Your third one before we run out of time.
Okay. So this hill, I will die on. I don't care who stands with me on this one. I fucking hate this. Games that are always online suck.
Like that you have to have like
That you
online
have to
connection
constantly be connected
even,
to
like,
internet.
Open the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
can agree with
feel
that.
like if you buy a single player game and
Especially,
they're like, oh, you have to be connected to the internet.
especially then.
At that point in time, it's more of just suspicious.
Dude, that just
Like,
fucking pisses
why
me
do
off.
I have to be on the internet? Like, why do I need to be connected to the internet? This literally doesn't have a multiplayer function. There is no reason for me to be connected to the internet unless you're doing something behind the scenes.
It's like if I was playing
Fucking
Diablo
Bitcoin
4,
miner.
I shouldn't have to have an internet connection if I'm not playing on a server.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? I sold that game, by the way. Fuck that game.
Do you don't like it?
Or
Or do you just don't like Blizzard?
I fucking hate Blizzard, yeah. And they reworked the game to make it basically fucking impossible.
Dairy Queen Blizzards
That's
though.
fair.
Yeah, I get behind that. That's a hill I'll die on.
That's a much better Blizzard. I'll tell
That's
you
the
right now.
superior Blizzard right there.
For real.
But
you
yeah,
can't turn Blizzard the company upside down, and it's not coming back from that. But you can turn the Blizzards and Dairy Queen upside down all day long, and you're set
Turn
for
Blizzard
life.
the company upside down, and all you get is a bunch of sexual harassment lawsuits.
But no, yeah, I think especially mobile games. Like, why? There's no need for you to be online. Like, yes, I get that you make money off of the ads that I watch, but grow the fuck up.
For
Yeah.
real.
I don't need Wi-Fi to
turned the
play
internet
Angry
off.
Birds.
Yeah, I turned. Oh my! Speaking of fucking Angry Birds, you heard the drama with them, right? Like, what happened?
That they dated
They
the lamb
deleted-
from Cult of the Lamb.
What?
Oh,
They
that's
did?
something else. Different. Oh, uh-oh.
Okay, so Angry Birds or the company. I don't remember the name of the company. They made
Rovio.
Angry Birds 2. Or Rovio made Angry Birds 2, right?
Mhm.
It sucked. People didn't play it. They preferred the first one, so they downloaded the first one. They played the first one. You want to know what Angry Birds did to fix that?
What?
They deleted the first one off of the App Store.
Goddamn, Angry Birds.
Instead of fixing their stupid ass sequel to be more playable, they deleted the original.
I remember seeing a lot of memes about that, like a couple months back.
And then Angry Birds now has those memes. You know the mobile ad memes of the person, like it's a person walking and then they drag the person through the different archways where they get like higher, like, oh, your gun's different now and you
Yeah,
can shoot,
that-
have
yeah.
a faster. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made Angry Birds into one of those ads.
How the mighty
Yeah,
have
immediately
fallen.
lost respect. Yeah, I kid you not. That's what the entire comment section to that ad was. It was how the mighty have fallen.
We went from being
But I think-
crossed over with the movie Rio to this.
Yeah, Angry Birds fell off in the worst way possible.
So we all stand upon
Like-
the hill that games that require online connection to play just suck.
Yep.
Unless they're a multiplayer game, if they're a multiplayer game that has a single player option, I understand.
Like Rocket
100%.
League and like the
Because
training
I'm-
area and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure there's a reason. I'm sure there wasn't a workaround. Like, say, like I can play Deep Rock solo, but if I'm not able to boot up the game without Wi-Fi, I'm not going to complain because I'm sure there is a reason. There is some sort of, we can't work around it. It needs to be online, even if you're just playing solo. If it's a multiplayer online game, it makes sense to me. But if it's a solo game,
Mm-hmm.
and I have to be connected to the internet to play a solo game that doesn't even have a multiplayer function,
What if Minecraft
makes
was like that?
no sense to me.
I
What do you mean?
would probably have issues because single player Minecraft is my jam, dude.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like, think of how it
Um,
hinders games.
No, but like
Yeah.
I don't wanna boot up Cuphead one day and realize I need an internet connection because the best multiplayer you get off of Cuphead is like local,
Exactly.
Yeah.
like split, not even
But no,
split
yeah.
screen. You just get like the one screen and you got two people on it.
I'll die on that hill with you. Moving on
All
to
right.
the outro.
Yeah, we're done now. We made it.
We are done.
We trekked
We have
several
died
hills.
You survived
on
my tyranny.
9
Good job.
hills. So Ace.
Yes,
you know what?
sir.
No, Toastr.
Uh-oh.
Because you want so badly to be the host.
Fuck.
How can they support this podcast?
Anyways,
Anyways, Ace, how can they support this podcast?
That's a great question.
He doesn't know him either, Toaster. Don't worry.
I don't know, dude.
I do. Toastr, give us the socials. I'm kidding. Ace, how can people support Filterless? How can they support us?
If you want to support Filterless, first thing, you could check that email I mentioned at the front, the filterlesstopics@gmail.com. Send us some topics so we could make some episodes based on those topics for you. Or you could hit up our social medias, which we have an Instagram, Filterless Podcast, a Twitter, the Filterless PC, and TikTok, the Filterless Podcast. All active. There's not a ton on the TikTok, but I'm working on it. And just hit us up. Follow us, give us ideas. Tell us you hate us. I don't care. Just interact with it, you fuckers.
Please don't tell us I hate us. It'll hurt my feelings.
It won't hurt my feelings because I know you're not real.
I have no object permanence.
I'm in your walls.
Toastr, my friend.
Huh?
If the viewers want more Toastr content, where can they get it?
Well, that's a little funny situation right now. Thanks to life, there's actually no Toastr content going on, but you can always find me on Cat streams. I do plan to start up YouTube at youtube.com/toastermel. That is spelled with no E. Good luck finding it, because it's probably not going to be there.
We'll link stuff in the description.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
true.
link.
You
Yeah,
can
you're
can
good.
link the stuff. But yeah, there's nothing out
And-
yet. I plan to work on putting stuff out once I sort out a couple personal things that are going on. But yeah, that's all I got.
And Ace, where can they find more Ace of Shame content?
Well, there's been a rather large update to the Ace of Shame content because there's an active Twitch now. I am actively streaming on Twitch at Ace of Shame. And of course, you can
Good
follow me
streams,
on
by the way.
Twitter to hear my bullshit.
Yeah, good streams, but he wouldn't shoot the bird.
I wouldn't
Anyways.
shoot the bird, and I forgot to turn on the game audio once, but I'm getting better, I promise.
Yeah, his second stream, he's already a pro. I'm so proud of him. How they grow. And if you guys desperately need that Dr. Catatonic content, you can find me over on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Twitch, literally anywhere, at Dr. Catatonic. I do shit. Not currently, but I do shit.
He does in fact shit.
And piss.
So this has been Filterless. Everybody. Tell your friends about the podcast and leave us a review. Be honest in your review. Toastr, hit us with an outro.
This is an outro, and you're hit with it.
Okay, goodbye, everyone.
Go fuck yourselves!